During this week and in the framework of this strategic dialogue, we did not only talk about our bilateral ties, but we talked about our common interest in stabilizing the Gulf region, the maritime passageway in the Strait of Hormuz, and how best can we handle the security structure in the Middle East to the benefit of our two nations and to the benefit to the people living in this very important and strategic region. We saw the standoff in the Strait of Hormuz, and we understand the linkage that exists between the passageway and the maritime route in Hormuz and this of the Red Sea and the Suez Canal. And for that, I think the East, being an important player in the policy of Asia, Korea, sense and understand the importance of the role Egypt is playing in stabilizing this very important part of the world. And I was saying in my intervention during this strategic dialogue that investing, this is a message to our Korean partners, that investing in Egypt, both politically, economically, militarily, is important to the stability of one of the most active player who pacify many conflicts around our borders, being it in Libya, in Sudan, in Gaza, in the Gulf region, and an integral part of the world diplomacy that led somehow to where we are now, though it is not the final say, but our Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati today was speaking with Badr Boussaidi, the Foreign Minister of Oman, to give few points, few messages to bridge the gap between the two parties and to encourage the Omani diplomacy to do the great job and the great work and the great diplomacy with endurance and persistence to bridge the gap between Iran and the United States to the benefit of our region and to the benefit of Korea and Egypt as well, and the whole regional stability and peace and security. For that, we appreciate that Korea has decided to move from a very important position of technological supplier, reconstruction, high-tech, to a partner, a strategic partner who will work hard to bring logic to the situation in one of the world's most important and strategic locations, the Gulf, the Middle East, and the passage and maritime ways in Hormuz or in the Red Sea towards the Suez Canal. The interconnectivity between those maritime routes requires cooperation between Korea and countries of the region, particularly Egypt, which has been chosen by the President of Korea to launch one of the most important Korean initiative, which will structure the cooperation between Korea and the Middle East. And we are grateful to launch it from Cairo University, from the heart of Cairo, towards our region. And I'm sure that Korea will remain a reliable partner, not only in the technological support and not only in appreciation to the role played by private sector and the Korean companies in all aspects, without shying away from introducing the latest technology to our different industrial branches, but also as a partner to stabilize the disarray in the Middle East, to stabilize our region to the benefit of us all. The interdependence and the interconnectivity that exists now between our security interests, both in Egypt and Korea and the region at large, is important. And this is the drive of, I'm sure, a new Korean strategic initiative to the region called Shine. And one of the founder mothers, I have to say, is Miss Jisoo Payu. She is the director of Middle East Division 1 at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Korea. And I had the honor and the opportunity to talk with her about the details of Shine. And during the discussion we had with NOAA, one of Egypt's leading think tanks and most prestigious, during the discussion we introduced certain aspects and ideas to develop Shine towards a much more practical future. I suggested personally the institutionalization of this initiative to establish a mechanism that is driving the different aspects of Shine into reality. I spoke also about the need to consider an important part of the initiative which related to finance. How can we finance our hopes towards a much more practical Shine which has all the aspects of success. Let me now take you to this very important report with Ms. Jisoo Payu, and I am sure that she will give all the needed information about this important initiative which will govern the relations between Korea and the Arab world and the Middle East, and it will also cover and help our relations to strive more, our bilateral ties to grow within a context that is important, strategic, and reflects the progress from a cordial relations to a bilateral strategic relations. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to introduce a special interview with Jisoo Payu, Director of Middle East Division 1 at the Ministry of External Affairs of the Republic of Korea.